Rise and shine, motherfuckers. It's the weekend. This is your reminder. This is your reminder. If you're watching this right now, get the fucking water into you. Get the water into you. It's the biggest thing. No, you might be thinking, that's not water. That's Wicked or something. That is Perform's blueberry flavour electrolyte. And it is very, very nice to get me properly hydrated in the morning. Hope everyone is good. It is muscle contest weekend and I am there for the whole weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. Bodybuilding shows, especially in Ireland now, is that chance to meet people that you don't meet year round. You see them online, you talk to them online, but you don't meet them in person ever really. So that's our chance now as well over this weekend. So it is coming up on 6. We've gotten busy weekend, to be fair. So it's my duty first to make sure I'm up to get my stuff done before I go and work at this show, before we get stuck in, lads. So that is cardio, that is steps, that's everything that I need to get done myself this morning. I do need to also meal prep, la-di-da-di-da. Pussied out of legs yesterday, and thank God I did that because I'm feeling a lot fresher this morning. I took my own advice for once and took a rest day. Took a rest day for once because the body does need it. Do you know what I mean? I was even thinking to myself, you know, a couple of months ago, lad, you were resting all weekend, every week. You were only training 4 days a week. Hopefully I'm going to get a training session in today, hopefully, at some point in time. Maybe not in the lab. Might train in town somewhere, if I can, dependent. Just switch things up just for a little bit of enjoyment. Have a nice fun session. Probably on my own. We'll see. We'll just see where the day takes us. Sit back, as I said. It is nice and early. I'm going to crack on. Got a nice little bit to do. Steps, get them boxed off so I'm ahead of myself and I feel ahead of myself and I know that's not something I need to stress about later on. Oh, what's the story? It is like 3 hours later maybe. 20 to 9. 8,377 steps done, lad. Nice bout done. I'm just taking a break for myself here. I'm going to get the second coffee into me. Yeah, that is the heating on in the background for when herself wakes up in the next little while. And I'm going to get a coffee and I'm also going to get digestion drink into me as well. So obviously had this earlier on this morning and just a couple of pints of water. I drink a lot of fluids. That's one thing with me. It's just a habit I've built over the years. Do you know what I mean? Of just drinking a lot of fluids. But I've just been in the zone there now for the last while. So I'm one coffee in. I'm going to get another coffee into me, which I'm much looking forward to. And then I'm going to get my glutamine, which I'll show you as well. I got a little supplement order from Pure Gains, which is a new enough brand from my man Shane and Nadine up the country. So I did get some bits in from them. We got a re-up on sweet and salty popcorn. Lads, I know it sounds weird. Dan came home from work yesterday and I was eating meal 2, which was like really late in the day, and I'll explain why in a minute. But she was like, why is there a smell of popcorn? I was like, it's the protein, lad. But we got extra shaker from them. You can never have enough shakers, I'll tell you that much. Mega Pump. I am going to try Mega Pump for the first time as well. Maybe today. We'll talk about training now in a second as well, just with the way work is. Glutamine from Elevate. Also, we got some new cream of rice, apple pie cream of rice from JP. Now, I was saying to the lads, I think this is probably the GOAT for me, but I'm out of it and it was out of stock, so I said I'd try the apple pie. Just for some festive, getting in the, is apple pie Halloween kind of edition or fuck knows. So yeah, we'll get another coffee and apologies, it might be a bit messy here. Do also just have the creamy made. Lads, I'm actually in 2 minds of maybe pulling the creamy out now for a few reasons. One, I'm still getting up during the night, like twice maybe, most of the time, for like 2 huge pisses. And it's a lot of liquid, like for my last meal at night. I'm trying to pull back on liquids a small little bit. Like even though there's a lot more carbs present now, I'm still getting up and pissing, do you know what I mean? It's not being held too much. So I'm looking at that, maybe pulling the creamy. because I've just been doing, depending on how I'm feeling, like either oats, or sometimes they're like a little bit heavy, do you know, that kind of way, if I'm late on food, which I'm still trying to get better with my meal timings, or rice cakes I find go down much better. Just rice in general just goes down so much better. But we've got the creamy there, and I'm thinking about maybe potentially, as I said, changing out the creamy. Anyone who's looking for a new coffee machine as well, this bad boy, I think it's Dolce Gusto, and I get the pods then as well, which are really cheap, you know, compared to like Nespresso and stuff from Lidl, which is really handy. They're my recycling cans, if you're wondering what those Aldi bags are, and jars that need to go to the bottle bank at some stage. Not bottles, but just jars. So, morning drink in my good old shaker. Get another bit of water in here, lad, to get it out on the weighing scales. So we obviously have my daily from ESN. You know, like, ESN is good and all when they've got a sale on, but I'm enjoying my Perform stuff there now at the moment, and like Conte's cream of rice and stuff, do you know, that kind of way. So we get the convenience of obviously having the few ingredients in this bad boy, in daily, and then top that up with extra glutamine. And then we will get some extra creatine in there then as well, lad. So an extra few grams of glutamine, extra few grams of creatine. I find as well, you know, I can, like, I'm ahead of myself there now this morning as well, which is good. That's what we talk about. Lads, I took modafinil yesterday. I double dosed yesterday. Modafinil. My God. I was walking the dog over in the farm last evening. I was telling my mother about it. I was laughing, like I was saying, like I was wired. I was saying it to Dan. I was like, there was 2 massive periods yesterday. Like, it's a good thing in one way, but a bad thing in another, because like, the only reason that got me up out of the desk to eat meal 1 yesterday was that protein order coming, the supplement order coming. And I was like, right, I better fucking eat, because it got me up off the chair. Didn't look at my phone for like 4 hours straight. And I got up, took a break, ate a meal, walked the dog, came back, just went straight to the desk, fucking back at it then for like another 4 hours. It was class. It was absolutely class. Now, maybe like a bit of placebo with that as well, but fuck me, it does fucking do wonders, and I just needed that there yesterday to lock in. But as I was saying, yesterday would have been leg day, and when I finished up work, I was like, right, gonna get head in the zone, gonna go and train legs. But I was just like, it's probably just not a good idea, and I'm glad that I didn't. So much fresher this morning from not doing that. Like, I would have just been so much more in the bin if I went to train legs last night, do you know, that kind of way. I'm bursting to go toilet. I'm gonna get this into me. I'm gonna get my next coffee into me. It'll be time for meal 1 again fairly soon, so I need to be on it with my food today. Do also have, from last night, some food prepared for today. We've got mince, pepper, onion, and broccoli, and actually a few beans that were left in there. And then I'll just stick my rice in on top of that. Dan had a lovely old spice bag, which I had a piece of chicken of last night, but my want for that shit, lads, is just like, nah. For the way it would make me feel, especially like a Chinese, I'm just not arsed. I'd much rather eat that. I had my mince and potatoes last night with the Mayflower curry sauce, and it was perfect. It was perfect. Anyway, enough of my shite. Gonna go toilet. Gonna get my coffee into me. Gonna get back to it for a little bit. But you see there now, been up for the last while. Like, imagine if I got up and, you know, hadn't any steps done or anything like that. I'm just gonna be like pissed, stressed. I'm just not ticking my boxes either. Right, let's see how we are looking this morning. Right, we are back. We're back in. I've got Dan's lunch prepared. She's going to bring cream and rice. Lads, this is... I'm getting practice in for the kids' fucking lunch boxes now in school. Ham and cheese for Dan. And then my own lunch then. I've got the rice prepared here. Sauerkraut, kimchi inside there as well. And I'm just about to load the frozen pineapple in on top of that now as well. Beautiful stuff. And then we get the minced veg in on top of that. That'll be a main meal for me to cover me for a couple of hours. And then we do have
apologies. We do have the cream of rice there and the sludge sitting in the fridge. Gonna get meal one into me now soon. We're actually 12k steps deep. We're actually 12k steps deep. That was the look this morning as well. I didn't speak about it. That is the look after the week of being sick. Let me know what you're thinking. I just don't want to get any sloppier from here. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people, like, the growth is inevitable. Do you know, like, there's been a good bit of size built. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm the heaviest I've been now in a very long time. Do you know, that kind of way? Sorry, I'm just trying to focus to weigh out my pineapple. I'm the heaviest I've obviously been in a very long time, in the best body composition. I've never been that weight with that body composition. But at the same time, I don't want to take the piss. But then at the same time, you're like, you know, things are going extremely well. It's just the longevity of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got so much time left ahead of me to grow. But then you're also thinking, like, how much can I grow here? Do you know, that kind of way? But just not let body composition just go completely. Do you know what I mean? Because back and forth myself, you know, in my own head, a small little bit this week, you know, when you catch yourself or you look in the mirror or something like that, you know, or even when I look at my face here, certain times, you know, most of the time I'm fine, but it's just the joys of it, do you know what I mean? But like, once Dan is not calling me fat or saying, you know, things are getting a little bit here, I think I'm good, you know, that kind of way? Because I said it to her yesterday, I said, geez, she said, oh, I'm getting fat. I said, shut up, I'm getting fat. And she was like, no, you're okay, you're okay. I was like, I'm losing the abs now, lad. And she was like, no, once I can still see your abs in your check-in shots, we're good. And I was like, okay. So yeah, we'll just see, we'll just play it by ear. We're just going to continue on, as I said, and just keep moving forward. And like a couple of lads say in the comments below, letting the training do the talking. Do you know what I mean? And just following that up with nailing food, nailing my cardio still, nailing my steps. You see that there? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not on any prep. I'm not fucking having these, you know, things, this, you know, show in front of me in 2 weeks' time, and obviously I'm going out today and it's out of my normal routine. But I still have boxes to fucking tick. Do you know what I mean? Regardless. If you want it, you will do it. Simple as. You'll just get up and you will do it. We're in town. What are people's monsters of choice at the moment? 2,450 inside in Spar. So I got myself a Strawberry Dreams, a Lando Norris, and I'm just getting myself sorted. I'm a little bit early. For once in my life, I'm a little bit early. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of a monster in. I'm hoping to train. I just don't want to shaft myself and ruin myself any further. Ice cold. Like I said, ice cold can't be beat. But I'm just bringing you along. I'm not too sure. I never brought my tripod to bring into the gym. I'm thinking of going TBB, Raheen. Good old Raheen, that. Because they have new machines in there and I haven't actually been in there to try them. So I might go in there and see. But yeah, I'm going to drink my Monster, enjoy my Monster. See what the story is then. I'll be in work mode then, so probably won't bring you along too much, you know. But we'll see. What is the story? Little update, it is 4 o'clock. We are wrapping things up for day number 1. Today is just like registration stuff for Muscle Contest. It's actually a small show compared to the show that was on in May. I wasn't even at the one in May. I'm just packing away the camera gear. I'm going to get a meal into me fairly lively. I'm absolutely starving, lad. Oh. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Jesus. 2 monsters deep. That's registration done. For Adam's fellas, I'm down with Adam, Ultimate Physiques. You'll know him for the weekend. So just having chats with him as well is good crack. That's what I love about, you know, the videography side of things. Is like, it's all about who you work with as well. Do you know that kind of way? It's all about who you work with. But nice to see people in there as well. If you've competed, if you're watching this and you competed at the weekend, fair play. If you placed, if you didn't place, whatever the case may be, I'm excited to see you up on stage now tomorrow. All you people who be watching this, not many of you, but the ones, you know the ones who you are. You know the ones who you are. So I'm going to get a meal into me now. We've got, like you saw there this morning, a little bit late, as it's a habit that I do have. My mince and rice, get that into me. Man wants to train. little bit of a sniffle there, you know. But not training legs yesterday was a good idea. Anyway, I'm chatting shit, lad. I'm chatting shit. We'll get a pump on somewhere. The sun's out is nice all the same. Going home is like not the smartest thing to do. I was saying to Adam as well, like, you know, when you go home and you get like a fucking lazy, lad, that's something, don't do that. Do you know, like if you have that in your routine, like, you know, if, like you're working late in the evening and you're like, I'll go home. Best thing to do is just go like straight from work to the gym, get it done. You have that time there blocked off. Like if you have that period of time, do you know, like if you've like training session to do, cardio session to do, you might have steps to catch up on, do you know what I mean? Because you might be low on steps today. Is just have that window of time that you're going to be in the gym for, and you cannot leave the gym until you get done what you need to get done. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to go home, I'm going to do a little bit of work for a couple of minutes. I'm not sure what the story with Dan is. Just let that pre-workout, like if I went in and trained straight after that meal there, it would just be coming straight back up, do you know what I mean? And then Dan's on a late one tonight anyway, so I'll get a late session in. Well, I want to get a bit of work done there first, which would be nice. Also, lads, we're into next week. Wednesday, I think, is the 1st of October, because there was a lad signing up on Wednesday, the 1st of October. But if you want to get cracking here at the start of the month now, send me a message. Click the link below. Just send me a message over on the WhatsApp and we can have a little chat, because spaces are there, spaces are open, and I'm here to help anyone that does need it, getting on top of their training, on top of their nutrition, and getting the result that you're looking for, you know what I mean? Like, put the foot down now, put the foot down. I know I'm saying it every video, but put the foot down from here just until the end of the year to see what you can do. October, November, December. You know what I mean? Believe me, you will do something mad, lad. You will do something mad. Cabs have entered the chat, lads. Cabs have entered the chat. Rice cakes, banana, jam, quick, fast acting, coffee as well. And let me grab it really quick, just after finishing up on here, and we're going to get the gym. It is 10 to 6. 10 to 6. No pre-workout, but hold tight. We're going to get the mega pump. I will tell you now, I was even thinking to myself, I was like, why am I even recording anything today? Because it's just like thrown together whatsoever. But that's what the best videos are, aren't they? I've got way too much water in here on the laptop, lad. So we're going to try some mega pump. You might as well keep me a little bit of company while we're at it. I'm trying to kill a few birds with one stone here at the minute. But mega pump, grape flavour. I think that's what made me buy it. I was torn between getting mega pump grape and pumpage from JP, so I just got, but I decided against it. So we're going to do a live taste test, as live as it gets, lad. Jesus, this is clumpy as a motherfucker. One clump straight to the dome. No, I'm only messing. But Jesus, that is clumpy as fuck. Let me open up this. I'm gonna go TBB. I'm not actually. They're both very from the house. They're both. I'm not even weighing this out now. Fuck it, lad. They're both very similar. Per 16 gram serving. So I'll just say that was probably 10. We get another 5 going. No, not the clump, lad. Why is it so clumpy? Nah, Jesus, that's way too much. They're both very similar distances, both the TBBs, so either go to the new one or go to the OG. But we will see. We will see. Quick taste test. Change the clothes, get shorts on or else I'm going to be sweating. And then we're going to head out the door. So, grape, mega pump. That is tasty. That is tasty. Right, out the gap to the gym. I was getting diesel for the car. Picked herself up 2 bars, a caramello and a golden crisp. I used to be a little bastard for golden crisps, but I've just one of the girls, actually a client, was asking me last week, you know, like, what's the difference in dark chocolate versus milk chocolate? Like, why don't you eat that? Why don't you eat milk chocolate? And I was just like, just because I just don't really like it anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'll eat it, no bother. Like, I'd slam them bars there. But I just prefer my, you know, when you acquire different tastes for different foods and stuff like that, you know, that kind of way. Besides the point, get Dan some chocolate after a long old fucking week for herself as well. Going in here now again. But we're going into TBB Raheen. And that's not me complaining, that's just me being tired. But shit must go on. Do you know that kind of way? Like, the show must go on. Could be in a lot worse of a position. It was the same here this time last week, lads. Or Friday last week, do you know what I mean? We could be in a much worse position. But I was just thinking there to myself, you know, when you're like watching people who are prepping, they're X days out, X weeks out, you know, and it's like, even though they might be doing like the same, you know, sometimes you just love a dirty little petrol yoke that just, anyway, fucking hell. There must be something in that mega pump. I go off on so many side tangents at the moment because something just pops in my head. That modafinil from yesterday is still fucking... all and well, you know, something tastes nice, but we'll actually see, does Mega Pump, you know, do anything for me now? Engineered Muscles Turbo Pump that Nico gave me some of was, and that's unflavoured. The reason he does like all unflavoured stuff, or majority of his stuff unflavoured, because he puts such an emphasis, on digestion for bodybuilders, which is cool, isn't it? So I'll definitely be getting more of his products, and I will probably be getting some Turbo Pump. But I was just, you know, saying there, like, with these videos, you know, like, what I'm actually excited for, and to be able to show you, like, I know we're going, like, you know, nearly day to day today, and what I'm doing, you know, and I'm just showing you, like, what a day looks like, and this, that, and the other. Obviously, a lot of training there at the moment, and everything as well. But I'm excited to be able to look back. You know, when you watch someone who's prepping, like, they're getting peeled, and it's cool. I want to be able to fucking show you, like, what can be done in this gain phase. You know, I've said it to multiple people recently, you know, I'm just excited to see, for when we step on stage next time, like, how much progress can be made from now, like, until that next time we start prep. I'm really, really excited for that. And with that, me and Adam are having good chats now today, to be fair, on everything, just with everything to do with what we do. I was just telling him what I was doing at the moment with myself, etc., and we were talking about different stuff, and then I was saying, like, I'm going to put some adjustments in on Monday, and I'm going to probably put some adjustments in on Monday to the stack, and drive things on a little bit, because I was just saying to him, you know, I'm excited to kind of test the waters with stuff, and see what can be done. Do you know what I mean? And obviously in the safest manner that I possibly can, but just testing the waters, do you know, that kind of way, and be able to give back some feedback then to you, do you know, that kind of way. And then it'll be a case of, you know, pushing food up that little bit. Like, with that check-in there this morning, I posted it, and a couple of the lads were saying, you know, like, one of the lads was saying that I actually look like a bodybuilder now. Thanks, lad. You know who you are. But with that, like, I wasn't happy with the photos. Do you know what I mean? Is this my turn off? And with that, you know, it's going to be a case of, like, you're not going to always be happy with a set of photos, but someone else might look at them. That's why a coach, you know, is a good thing to have, because you can be, you know, attached to certain photos, attached to certain looks. I was full, to be fair, but it's just, you know, like, when I was actually hitting the poses and stuff, I was like, these are not going to be good. But nonetheless, Dan also said, you know, you're not looking fat. I feel fat, do you know, that kind of way, like, but that's just the joys of it, you know. Just feel that little bit fat, probably because I'm that little bit sick in the last couple of days. But the show goes on. You won't see me pulling calories back down. You won't see me looking to lose fat now for quite some time. It's just a case of staying on my shit. TBB Raheen, let's see what's having. Wonder what I'd look like if I get time, because they close at 8 o'clock. Wonder what I look like in that mirror. I love posing in TBB. Just with that mirror, I wonder what I look like now versus what I did, like, fucking a couple of days out. It's probably not going to be fucking good, lad, but it is what it is. Boys, fucking hell, let me tell you, the OG TBB hits of a Saturday night. That was probably just me in the mood to get a pump, but my God, we got a pump. That was really, really nice. Just went in and I was feeling strong as well enough, to be fair. I don't think I've been in there since... I've been in there for cardio. I don't think I've trained in there since I was less than 70 kilo. To be completely honest, which is wild. So over 20 kilos ago. So you can imagine the weights obviously do feel that little bit different. I was stacking a few machines and not stacking others, but you know, a couple of pin loaded machines. Basically went in, did rear delt, pec deck, shoulder press, dumbbell shoulder press, or dumbbell lateral raise, dumbbell shoulder press, upper back pull down, machine chest press, you know, the old school like V-bar row, did that, beautiful. You can't beat shit like that, man, do you know what I mean? Simple shit works. Just went in there, got a nice pump, wasn't tracking anything, obviously, not logbooking anything. A couple of people in there that are competing tomorrow as well. And yeah, good session. Home now, collect the missus. Home for dinner. I've got cream of rice in the fridge that I made there earlier, and then with another meal to get in after that, which will be chicken and rice. And like I was saying this morning, creamy, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, take it or leave it, you know, especially now because it's that little bit later tonight. I'll probably just have extra protein through the chicken, or have like yogurt, just so it's a little bit less volume and stuff like that, you know, that kind of way. Anyway, this has been the most random video of a Saturday, but you kept me company for a little bit, and I know I've been rambling for that little bit of time, but like I was saying on the way in the card, you know, like, I'm just really enjoying the day today. And one of the boys, Keen, texted me actually a night or two ago. He was watching the video and he was like, it's class to see you just enjoying what you're doing, like, and my God, I tell you, I do that. I really am loving absolutely every part of it, because I wouldn't be doing this, I wouldn't be doing these videos if I didn't love doing them, because it takes a bit of work, do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be easier, and there is multiple times where I'm like, I have to pick up the camera now, but then a couple of minutes later just automatically pick it up, and I'm like, oh, and I've been chatting now for the last 2.5 minutes, you know, that kind of way. So I'm a rambler, but as I said to you, I like to just keep things on the move, you know, where I'm at the moment. And if I can help a couple of people, if that's helping you with the phase you're going through now, or if that's just helping you with the chats going through a cardio session, so be it. You know my thoughts on everything that I'm doing and everything that we all do, you know, that kind of way. So hope I got you through a cardio session. As I said, if you're in a similar position to me at the moment, just get stuck in and start enjoying the daily boxes that need to be ticked, the daily monotony, as people are saying, you know, that's what's going to get you where you want to go now this winter, and I am bloody excited for it. Lots more to come. Muscle contest tomorrow. Got another big week ahead of us, another big week to take off and make the most of it, lad. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it as always.